Welcome to another best of 3 series, everybody. The Munchies against Please Buff Carrigan. Now, a little bit of context to this game in just a second, but it is a best of 3. We're starting on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and let's introduce the players first. The Munchies have played recently in the Spin to Win Cup as well. We have them with Mekako and Stukov, Halcon on Joanna, Old Master on Hanzo, Griffiths on Hogga, and Miller is playing Mephisto. On the other side, Please Buff Carrigan with Will Q on Thrall, going actually for Trash Lightning here. Arion is playing Garrosh, we got Alvaros on Gul'dan, Makto on Oriel, and Cesabos on Falstad. So I wanted to throw this game in. This is actually from the first division of the Amateur League. So we've covered the Spin to Win Cup a lot, and obviously there was a random element to the draft. This is a typical traditional draft where players could go for whatever heroes they wanted. But the Munchies have made it into the final of the group, of Group C, and played there in a best of 5 series. And I wanted to show a little bit of a context because people are oftentimes looking at some of the top level play and some of the amateur play, and the sentiment that I get in so many comments on YouTube is always like, oh my god, like these guys are bronze and stuff. And the team on the right side, Please Buff Carrigan, the names should ring a bell. This is a lot of the Polish guys, of the Eastern Europeans, you know, that have played in tons of tournaments. They're not really the guys that are winning these tournaments, but they're definitely the favorite coming into this series. And I wanted to show you a little bit of a contrast of what it looks like when you have a team that is mostly playing in these amateur leagues for fun, and it's just like, you know, the average guy. And then when we're talking about people that are a little bit more competitive and participate in a lot of these tournaments. So I expect that Please Buff Carrigan is going to do fairly well here, and this is exactly what we're also looking for. Are they able to do that? Again, Munchies, they are, I think, in the middle of the pack when it comes to Division 1. This is the highest division in the Amateur League, and a lot of the competitive players, of the tournament players, are participating in this as well, just as a little bit, you know, of a funny thing where they can play with a couple of friends and just do their thing. So let's see how that works out for Please Buff Carrigan and how the Munchies are how they are faring against such a team, what they're able to do. But yeah, time will tell. So right now, first thing, obviously, we have already a couple of camps cleared and taken. We have Thrall trying to stack as well, and slowly starting to do his thing here. Especially with the stacks on level 4, so he has a couple in. And now down at the bottom of the map already falls, so has to be a little bit careful. Sasabos is starting to make his way back to base. In the meantime, still the pressure in the middle of the map as they are starting to take the wall down a bit. But Thrall hasn't really gotten too many stacks just yet. Will Q misses the wolf. Hasn't gone for the quest on level 4. Might be one of the reasons why he didn't go for the quest on level 4. Because he realized, you know what, I might not hit these, so how about I go for something else instead. But they are still working this down. They have a pretty traditional combo here too. They have obviously with Gul'dan a hero that is really strong when it comes down to controlling the wave clear, which on Tomb of the Spider Queen is always one of the main things that you need to do. You want to control the waves as best as you can and make your plays around that. And then in addition, you want your auto attacker. We have that with Thrall, and we have that with Falstad, so they have a gust potential later on too. All surviving still at the bottom of the map. But for now, at least, the Munchies are doing fine. The Munchies are doing okay. In the middle, though, Arion is already starting to look for a couple of targets here. We're talking about the Munchies, by the way. We have nice vision with Hanzo, so they have good poke and interrupt for any turn-in attempt that comes from the red team. We have Mephisto, who is, of course, a fantastic damage dealer, and then Hogga on the side lane. But already, the next quick hit right here, with Thrall moving in and hitting a double wolf. Now they're controlling Stukov, and Mekako goes down. Mekako is eliminated. Halcyon, oh my god, Cesabos gets the hit with Falstad. Is able to get the kill. Jojo is down, and so is Stukov. They got the double kill, and now they start to control the flow of the game a bit more here. Can turn in a lot of the gems that they've already been holding, which means that we might even see the first Web Weaver wave from them. 39 stacks or 39 gems have already been delivered, so they're getting very, very close to accomplishing the first objective in the game, and with them focusing onto the top turn-in point now, I think this is pretty much a given, and there it is. So Thrall is delivering the final gems that they needed, and now they can push for the first little move here. 2 kills to 0, but for the Munchies, this is starting to get a bit dangerous already. I mean, Mephisto was a little bit far out here. Both teams have level 7 talents, at least there's no talent advantage. But now that the Web Weavers are coming in, this could get a bit rough here. We have already the stacks getting together for Thrall. That's damage increase even before he hits the 30. And talking about stacks, 14 for Gul'dan, who's also working on this a little bit further. But at this point, another quick flip from Garrosh as he is throwing Jojo over. We have Thrall in the middle, Force are down at the bottom of the map. A couple of walls are getting destroyed here, but it does currently not really look like they can go for any forts or anything of the sorts. But they are able to do damage on essentially every single lane. And Thrall is currently trying to go for Hogger. And if they can get the kill here, that would be a problem. But the Wolf misses, Hogger gets out, saves himself the gems that he's been holding, and that was one of the most important things, honestly. The fort at the middle might even be lost now that they're pushing further. The Web Weaver gets fine. Oh, nice! Hanzo takes down Falstad. Awesome stuff. Yep, nicely done. That was a really nice kill, and it saved them the fort too. The problem is that the lead in experience is strong enough that an early level 10 could help Please Buff Carrigan to absolutely control the middle here. They're willing to contest this for a time and attempted to prevent the objective from being claimed, but it seems that with the entire 5-man of the Munchies focusing now on the turn-in point, they're going to be able to get their Web Weavers as well. So Web Weavers for the blue team, so they're starting to force this back. Oriel actually went into Resurrect. No Aegis, but Resurrect for Oriel. Didn't even remember she had that. So let's see what the Web Weavers can do for the Munchies now. Keep in mind that when we talked about the Spin to Win Cup and the Grand Final in Group C, that RNG played obviously a role. Here's just proper drafting that we get. Sundering into Wolf. And Old Master nearly gets destroyed, but even with him surviving, that means that he has to retreat for now and is at least for a few seconds out of the fight where he won't be able to do anything. So, yeah, next little attack through the middle is already coming through. And they're hoping, of course, to repay the opponent with some structural damage, but Gul'dan is doing a great job at the top, taking the Web Weavers down. Falstad is down at the bottom of the map, and the rest of the team is sitting here in the middle, doing some work. It's not really... They're not able to do a whole lot. I mean, even the wall hasn't been destroyed here. Even that didn't work for them. So... I don't think they're going to be too happy about this. But for the blue team, this was not really a big success. They did some damage at the bottom of the map at least. But now Falstad is even moving in for Hogger. Got stopped for... That could have even been a kill. Cesarbos had to endure some damage on the fort that he was protecting. But, well, this one is playing out. It seems that we have another turn-in attempt from Please Buff Carrigan. And they're coming in swinging right now. Look at Hanzo here. Hanzo gets killed, gets crushed. No chance for him. They're trying for more. Stukov was in trouble for just a second, but moved away. Now Falstad flies in. They get the second kill against Johanna. It's a double kill. And they can not only get the turn-in, I suppose, but this is going to be a follow-up on Mephisto. He's dead too. And that is gems lost as well. Hogger is trying to recover as many as he can, and he has 38 now. But even before the Web Weavers even make an appearance, or are locked in for that matter, that mid lane fort is gone. So one fort in the middle is destroyed. The one at the bottom of the map is already insanely low. And then at the top, this one has lost a lot of hit points as well. Talking about level 10 abilities, Falstad has, by the way, gone straight into Hinterland Blast. Now again, they are coming into the game as the favorite. It's one of the reasons why we're actually jumping into this, to just showcase the difference a little bit between the levels of play. But they are going for Hinterland Blast, so already approaching that with a little bit of a let's have some fun here attitude. But now that all of the forts are destroyed and the Web Weavers are coming in, we are at the 9-minute mark talking about potential damage on keeps. And just again, to reiterate that, Munchies made it into the grand final of their group in the Spin to Win Cup. And now Hogger is still trying to help out in the middle, but Hanzo got destroyed within seconds. Hogger himself is in trouble, gets horrified, and that is 43 gems that are eliminated. 43 gems that are gone. That's usually the ticket back into the game. And with them losing out on it this quickly, that's problematic. That's a huge issue for them now. That's 2 heroes that are already down that they don't have for defense. And then on top of that, you also have nothing that brings you back into the game outside of team fights. The objective is going to be tough for you. With the first keep gone, they're even moving straight up to the next one, trying to move through the bottom of the map to destroy another keep. They haven't lost a single fort yet. Damage output, 29,000 for Gul'dan, so he's already looking fantastic here. And, boah, Stukov just gets caught, killed, Sustain gone. Can they get the counter kill? Yes, they can. Garrosh is down. Garrosh is down, so it's a 4 versus 4 now, but 2 keeps are destroyed. 2 keeps are gone. Hinterland Blast. Oh, and Hogger gets killed by Thrall. And now the core is all of a sudden open, and they're right at it. 5 versus 3. They made it back in. Oriel with the Resurrect as they're pushing even harder, and they get the kill on Johanna. 10 minutes into the game, and we are talking potentially about the end of the best of the first map in the best of 3. Core gets attacked. 10 kills to 2. 16 to 13, a 3-level advantage, and Team Please Buff Kerrigan on an absolute tear here as they're destroying the Munchies on Tomb of the Spider Queen and lock in the victory in the first map of the series. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
So, game number 2. Alright, on the left side we got the Munchies with Mekako and Anduin. Halcon on ETC. Old Master, after they just lost on Tomb of the Spider Queen, is playing Sylvanas. We got Griffiths on Dehaka and Mia on Jaina. Over on the right side we have in red the Wilq. On Tychus we got Arian on Garrosh. We got Alvaros on Tassadar. Makto on Brightwing, and Cesabos is playing Gazlo. So they went in the draft already a little bit ham here. I mean, again, if you've watched them in the past, you know that this is not quite exactly the comp that they would normally go for if they played against an opponent where they said like, well, this is going to be a super tough game for us. So definitely a bit of wiggle room for them, specifically with them locking Gazlo in. Again, this is not the RNG Cup. This is just a little bit of a comparison. But you could really tell that what the difference is when you're looking at the amateur scene and when you have a team that has a lot of competitive experience that just sees an advantage, an opening in a game, and then immediately makes, you know, a massive push for it and just destroys. And I want to stress this again. While Please Buff Kerrigan is a team that consists of players that have a lot of competitive experience here, they are not the top players that we have winning every single tournament. But just for the crowd out there that always looks at these guys and says like, oh my god, even a Bronzy could take them down. The Munchies aren't bad. The Munchies aren't a bad team. They're in Division 1 in the Amateur League here. They are playing regularly. They have, as you could see in some of the previous matches, definitely a lot of coordination going for them right now, but they're not professional players or semi-professionals or anything along those lines. But even those guys have probably more experience in a competitive environment than most people that just, you know, watch video or play a little bit of Hero League. And they are struggling here. Jaina goes down very, very quickly. And now the red team is already in their face. And that is with the comp that includes heroes like, for example, Gazlo at the top. Gazlo is going up against Dehaka here. But Please Buff Kerrigan is a team that, again, knows when to go for these pushy moves and when to just completely body an opponent. Once they see an opening, they will go for it. And they will just do whatever they can. So time will tell here. For now, they're just taking a couple of the camps away. And yeah, steal as much as they can outside of that. And in this case, it's, for example, down at the bottom of the map. The mercenary camp, they already took one, their own, and they take the neutral one here too. We have, with one kill, not really a big advantage or anything yet. But they're certainly getting there. Tychus goes for the bigger they are, makes the play with that. And on top of it, we now have the play by Gazlo up at the top, who's already doing a lot of work here. I mean, Gazlo is doing his job and is starting to make moves around the structures, taking some of the towers down, taking the gate down. The Haka is having issues dealing with him. So that one-on-one alone already is telling you quite a bit. But now ETC goes down in the middle of the map. That's the second kill for Please Buff Carrigan. And they are establishing a lead in XP that will then very likely translate into an experience advantage and a talent advantage around the first objective. And that level 7 is something that on the higher level player oftentimes point out that teams are trying to go for that first. But this is already going to give Please Buff Carrigan here a bit of an advantage. Good thing for the Munchies is that they're also going for the camp. So they're starting to make the same move right now, making a play for their Shaman camp so that they have some top lane pressure while we have the first objective up. Tychus is already on it and is leading the minion stacks for the red team and is getting that done. Top side, still the Haka versus Gazlo. But down here, there's the level 7 talent that I pointed out, so the talent advantage is already kicking in for Please Buff Carrigan. They got, with the Psionic Echo, a lot of AoE damage that they can get in and they will use here, as they are trying to push for the first Punisher, which is a Frozen Punisher, so that's a strong one already. Level 7 finally kicks in for the Munchies as well, but at that point, you already have Please Buff Carrigan with 30 stacks, so they're way ahead of them and will likely get that first objective. And now a play made for ETC. Bam! Right wing with the perfect timing. The grenade comes in and connects. Doesn't quite kill ETC, but now they're isolating Jaina, and that's the second death of Jaina in this game. So, yep, they are absolutely crushing things. Right now, we're having the Punisher at the bottom of the map. Top side, still the Haka versus Gazlo. And they're pushing with a Frozen Punisher here and are gonna start to do some serious damage because that wall is already destroyed. They opened the wall up earlier. Now you can't even bait over. So that's the next problem. And yeah, it's just getting a little bit nasty here. Brightwing is now sitting in the middle, can always come in but get some extra experience, while Gazlo is all alone up at the top lane. The Haka now has to try and react to the rest that's happening on the map. But this is the first Punisher that we have, and they're already dangerously close to taking the fort out. Even go for the kill attempt against ETC. He gets away, but the fort is gone. That's all just plays around the first objective, with a small advantage with a level 7 talent, building up to get the Punisher, taking the first fort out. That extends the lead in experience even further. They're now on level 9, and yeah, they're slowly getting farther and farther ahead in all of this. Alvaros, Magdo, currently sitting tight here, getting for a few more camps, more control, trying to play around that again. Down to the bottom of the map, Jaina is already getting pinged. Yeah, but they're walking straight into the cat. They wanted to go. They actually tried to just beeline over to her, but then, of course, the point was simply they moved straight into the people here that were taking the camp, and they were like, yeah, well, we can't just push through those. But now level 10 is in. We get the Robo-Goblin for Gazlo, so he is going to go it up. Has taken the wall out and is now still making a move for even the Haka. And the Haka is actually suffering. Those auto attacks now, they hurt. Tower gets placed down to soak up the shots from the fort. ETC in the meantime gets killed, but you can already tell here at the top that there is a problem for the Haka. Not when the rotation comes in. So Gazlo was a little bit too greedy and did not realize that there were a couple of heroes missing that very quickly made a beeline for him. But there's the counter kill as Anduin gets murdered right in the middle. So they came back and instantly got a kill against them. Not a problem at all. Now, Tassadar in the middle has also opened up the wall, so this is something that you just see over and over again. The game leans already very heavily towards the blue team's territory. They're losing one structure after another. So far, it's only a few of the towers and the gates, but this is already softening these lanes up. And Alvarez is now pushing further towards the fort and is starting to do some work here, as topside the Haka is running into a problem and is very quickly getting isolated. And very likely is going to fall here. Yep, gets killed. As Tiger gets thrown forward even. Oh boy. We have Garish coming in and is like, no. You're going to chase him down now. Tire level lead. 5 kills ahead. Tiger's in the middle. They're trying to get level 13 before the next objective is up. And Gazlo is already starting to take out the next fort at the top. So fort in the middle is taking damage, same with the fort at the top. One at the bottom has already gotten destroyed. They're now pushing in with 2 heroes over here, both of the damage dealers. And as long as there's still a couple of minions there, they can slowly get the damage done. And they have it now down to 60-70% of its HP. And at the top we see a similar picture. With the next objective spawning into the middle in 18 seconds, their goal would of course be to get level 13, get another Punisher, and then push. But yeah, this is exactly the kind of play that you would expect. Just always keep around the advantage, play those small things. Now they get another gank set up, they go for the Haka and they take him down. And that's level 13. So with that, they have level 13. It's the perfect timing for it too. They're identifying that there's a play made for the camp, and they might even be able to run in for that. Yep, there's the flip. They take the camp, they go for Jaina. Jaina is down, camp is stolen, and they go for ETC to drop him as well. So far, so good for Please Buff Kerrigan. They are absolutely wrecking it here. They have people on the shrine right now. Tassadar is currently one to make the moves. And on top of that, they're destroying the top side fort. They have them 2 levels ahead, 1 talent ahead. In this case, Tychus has actually gone into That's the Stuff. And while Sylvanas is now moving down towards the bottom of the map, hoping for experience for the blue team so that they can get level 13, at least for defense, we have a big push soon to be set up through the middle with the Punisher. And this might happen with the fort already being destroyed previously, ahead of all of this. So, yep, they are fully in control right now. And this is really the big difference. There is a huge gap. I mean, the Munchies, they're doing what they can. They're trying to make the right choices here. They want to get for 13. They're even trying to control to get some damage done down here. But all of a sudden, Sylvanas gets attacked, might even get soloed. Mosh Pit shuts it down. Tassadar is dead. The ping was there. Nice escape attempt by Old Master. Sylvanas is able to get out. But so far, who is taking it? The camp hasn't been taken yet. This might be a chance for the Munchies to bring this back a bit. Huge fight now. Big grenade straight into the face of Sylvanas. She's down. They're looking for more kills. Tassadar's fallen, but so has Sylvanas. It's a 4 versus 4 as the aggression from the red team continues. They left the objective at 39, so they can easily claim that at any point they want. But before that, they're going for the camp at the bottom of the map, and they're even taking the camp in the middle now. So they're trying to line even more lanes up for maximum pressure against the opponent. And this is, yeah, I mean, again, all the forts are going to be destroyed. The question is simply, can they do more with it? Can they go for a keep, for example? Because there's a good chance that they're locking in a level 16 talent, which would give them normally a level 2 advantage over the blue team. And, of course, the Punisher itself. And they're 16 now. So we got 16. That gives us overclock for Gazlo. Just on the raw damage numbers, Gazlo now on 22,000. We got Tychus on 24,000. And they are trying to go for the first keep. Right Wing has been holding on to the top lane. Got the team more and more experience, of course, through that as well. Gazlo all alone down at the bottom of the map and doing his thing here. And while this play is happening, this is where the real action is. No bait of the Punisher over the wall, which is a problem. Now the follow-up right here. Punisher is going to get maximum damage. And a quick reminder, this is the second Punisher in the game. We're only 10-11 minutes in at this point. So here comes the attack. They're trying to destroy the keep, and this is going to be an easy one. Brightwing is still at the top, by the way. This is a 3-man in the middle currently. They go for ETC. Brightwing could join at any point, so could Gazlo. They want the kill, and they get Sylvanas. They get Sylvanas, Gazlo through the small wall. ETC is dead as well. This is trouble brewing with Odin being rocked now by Tychus, and they're trying to go for the core to make this a quick 2-0. So just a little bit of a show game. This is Please Buff Kerrigan with a 2-0 victory against the Munchies, giving you a bit of an idea of the difference between solid amateur play and what can be done by players that are playing on a more competitive level and play in tournaments regularly. Nicely done. GG. Well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.